I'm Justice Shiranee Tilakawardane of the Supreme Court of Sri Lanka. I've been a judge from 1988, but before that I was a prosecutor in the Criminal Division of the Attorney General's Department. At that time there were very few women in any of these professions, so I became, by luck perhaps, the first woman prosecutor, the first woman High Court judge, the first woman Appellate Court judge. So when I came on the bench, there were many things which bothered me about the system. The law majestically declares that all people are equal before the law, but it is only when you see discrimination through experience, to your own path in the corridors of life, that you realize that equality is not just something that is pronounced in the law, but that it must be the basis of a good and civilized society for there to be sustainable economic development. So I realized this somewhere in the late 80s, because till then, like a lot of other people, I thought, well, I'm a woman, I'm in the right place, and there's nothing called inequality for women. But then I started, especially after joining the International Association of Women Judges, I attended a couple of conferences and I realized the importance of gender equality. And then as it progressed, the importance for the Child Rights Convention and its place of equality for children. So over a period of time, I realized that though we talk of formal equality, and formal equality perhaps in a sense exists, because in all our countries we have the constitution which says all people are equal, we have such provisions in the books and theoretically, practically there was no substantive equality. And the measure of it was the increasing violence that there is against women and against children all over the world. It is that abuse of the dominant power that perhaps has a very big role to play in the equality that is the true bedrock of justice. If we could bring up a society where every human being was on this bedrock of equality, where all people were given the same amount of dignity and respect, my true belief is that we will have a much less violent society. And also it is the skills that women bring into whatever jobs they, because their experience, their whole paradigm is so different. And when they come into the skills they bring with through this experience, the experience of their everyday life, which at some point they are discriminated. I mean, as a woman in South Asia, as a very powerful figure, as a Supreme Court judge, I could still get into my car, park my car, and as I am crossing the road, I could be subject to some eve teasing, some conversation about what I'm dressed in or something, which would again affect my dignity, my space. So I truly believe, especially in a culture of violence which we exist in today, that this human dignity and respect is something, equal dignity and human respect is something we have to achieve, because the opposite of it is of equality is inequality, and where there is inequality, there always is at the end of the line violence.